5 players to monitor for Detroit Lions training camp.
That's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, aka Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Mr. MicroMike, and today we're going to talk about 5 players the Detroit Lions, us fans, need to monitor during the Lions training camp. Before I get to the video, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, hit the bell for all my notifications, leave me a comment and tell me what you think about the Detroit Lions and the players that I selected. Without further ado, let's get into it. Training camp is essential for teams to build upon their roster for the season to make a push toward the ultimate goal of receiving the Lombardi Trophy. It all starts with training camp. This year is definitely important in regards to players and specific teams to get to the next level. With the issues of COVID, it is important that every single team gets every single player essential for the 2020 season. With our Detroit Lions, that's no exception. If you look at what happened last year, we've had injuries, we've had sicknesses, everything, all of the above for our team to go to 3-12-1 and have a failure season in 2019. With the occurring issues when it comes to COVID, it is so important that Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia find the individuals to really help this team win in 2020. If they don't do so, they will be on the chopping block and will be starting over in the city of Detroit. Here are the 5 players the Detroit Lions must evaluate for training camp. Number 5 is the new right tackle for the Detroit Lions. That's Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who we replaced with Rick Wagner on the offensive line. Halapoulivaati Vaitai came from the Philadelphia Eagles with a 5-year, $45 million contract. And he is a big boy. He is 6'6", 320 pounds, and he brings a different dimension to the Detroit Lions offensive line. For years, our offensive line has been a downgrade and not opening up the holes required for a running game to work. Our running game has been abysmal, and we just have never had the push on the offensive line to get the running back open, the essential holes required for our running backs. Halapoulivaati Vaitai brings that power to open up the holes and get the running game open. If the Detroit Lions cannot run the football, they will not succeed in 2020. Our passing game has always done well, but our running game has always been lackluster. Also, it's important to keep our franchise quarterback, Matthew Stafford, upright. Halapoulivaati Vaitai has never been a full-time starter. He is somewhat of a project in regards to not knowing can he handle the right side and keep the franchise quarterback upright. It is essential to see how this man battles in training camp to get this running game going. Can he bring the expectations that's required for 2020 to take the Lions to the next step? That shall be seen. The next player is defensive tackle, defensive end, Duron Harmon. He has now been in the league 3 years, and he is a multi-dimensional defensive lineman. He can man the inside and the outside. When Duron Harmon was a rookie, he was exploded onto the scene and made the all-rookie team. He was an integral part to get after the quarterback and stop the run. He was a 4th-round pick that came out of nowhere and exceeded expectations for the defensive line. Last year, Duron Harmon was out for majority of the year due to injury, and our defensive line took a major hit. Quarterbacks were sitting in the pocket 6, 7, 8 seconds doing their reads more than once. It hurt us, and our defense took a major dip going from a decent range, mid-range, to all the way to the 31st ranked defense. We could not get to the quarterback. We could not stop the run. We were having all sorts of issues upon that defensive line. Duron Harmon, we have to monitor to see, can he be able to stay full healthy in training camp and battled back to his once promising desire at the defensive tackle / defensive end position. If he can stay healthy and he can continue to grow upon his rookie season after his failure last season, the Detroit Lions have a chance to make a major rebound in 2020. The Detroit Lions made an acquisition last year, and that was for Duron Harmon of the New England Patriots. We traded a 2020 5th round pick and a 7th round pick to have him man the safety position opposite of Tracy Walker. Last year, before the trade deadline, we traded Diggs to the Seattle Seahawks, and our secondary took a major dip as soon as he was gone. Diggs was an integral part of our secondary to take it to the next level, and as soon as he was gone, it fell apart. Duron Harmon is going to bring a essential piece to the Detroit Lions secondary with the experience under Coach Patricia's defense, understanding the Patriot way, and bringing that towards the Detroit Lions. He needs to bring that game-playing ability he brought for the Patriots to the Detroit Lions. We have to have that safety. We have to have him taking apart offenses and removing specific pieces, such as tight ends, from offenses around the league. He needs to bring his game up that he did at the Patriots to the Detroit Lions. It is extremely important for him to get acclimated towards this defense immediately. With the lack of camps, it's important that he gets into this defense, understands the schemes, and becomes a great piece and mentor to Tracy Walker to take Detroit Lions secondary to the next level. Number 2 is the rookie running back DeAndre Swift from Georgia. This is, to me, a very important piece to our whole team, not just offense. When it comes to the run game, it's extremely important to be able to continue drives and wear down a defense. The Detroit Lions running game has been absolutely atrocious the last decade. We have not had a piece on a running game that has really transformed defenses to monitor our game. They always just focus on passing game because we don't have a running back. It has been since Javid Best that we've had an individual that defense actually cared about. And it's been a real game changer since Barry Sanders. Since 1991, the Detroit Lions have won a playoff game. Having a running game is so important in the NFL. Not just to continue drives, but to make sure that the defense can not drop a safety in the box, and they can actually plan for a running game. We have not succeeded in the NFL because we cannot run the football. We have great pieces when it comes to wide receivers, when it comes to quarterback, but make no mistake, if you don't have a running game, you're not going to win. If you look last year for the Detroit Lions, we were unable to close games out. Why? Because defenses were not tired, because we could not run the football. With DeAndre Swift in the mix, with his ability to find the hole, with his ability to utilize, with the jet sweeps, utilize what Darrell Bevell on offense wants to bring, he will be a major piece for the Detroit Lions to take the next step. If he can stay healthy with this running game, the Detroit Lions will take the next step. But if he cannot understand the offense, if he can't learn it quick, the Detroit Lions are going to have a hard time making a postseason run. We all know who's number 1 here, folks, and that's quarterback Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is the most important piece to the Detroit Lions. With Matthew Stafford, we have a chance in every single game. Without Matthew Stafford, we have no chance. Last year, when Matthew Stafford was out for 8 games, we did not win a single game. Why? Because he actually makes defenses pay attention. He can be lethal in the passing game. Last year, before he got injured, he was looking to be an MVP candidate. Nearly 3,000 yards passing, 19 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. When he was out of the game, it was nothing. Matthew Stafford has had injuries to his spine for the last 2 years, broken spine. We didn't know before last year that Stafford was playing with a broken back in 2018, and last year he broke his back again, and it really hurt the team. Can Matthew Stafford stay healthy? Can he play for 16 games? Can he continue his great, outstanding work he was doing when he was in the field last year with Darrell Bevell? The wide receivers need to get open. he can put the ball in the right place to take the Detroit Lions to the next level. If Matthew Stafford is not playing, the Lions don't really have a good chance on making any noise in 2020. The NFC North is extremely got good teams on this division. You got the Chicago Bears, you got the Minnesota Vikings, and you got the Green Bay Packers. We have to have Matthew Stafford on the field to have a chance in those games. You have to win games in the division. If you don't have Matthew Stafford, you're not going to win those games, and you're not going to get to the postseason. If Matthew Stafford plays, there's a good chance Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia can have success. If he doesn't play, period, the season will be abysmal, will be a top 5 draft pick in the NFL. Matthew Stafford, good chance will be looking for his heir apparent. Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia will be gone, and it will be a full and utter rebuild. Training camp is important for Matthew Stafford. It's important for this offense, and it's important for this team to be able to get back into the rhythm like he was before he got injured and take the team to the postseason. The Detroit Lions are in a win-now mandate, and if we don't win, they're gone. It holds on Matthew Stafford. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to get his progressions. He's got to get acclimated completely with the new weapons surrounding him and take the team to the postseason. With that said, folks, tell me what you think about those 5 players. Do you have other players that is very integral towards the Detroit Lions in training camp? Let me know. With that said, folks, adios.